Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fun video. I'm going to be doing a Minecraft barn tour, except this is a work in progress barn, but I want to show you guys what I have done so far. So as you can tell by the title of this video, the barn is called Golden Ivy Equestrian Center. So let's get started because we have a lot to cover. So first we're going to start at the pretty much entrance of the barn. So we do have these two very large pastures here. So these are for our retired breeding horses and horses that aren't going to be bred at all because they don't have very good skills. So on the right side we have our mares, and on the left side we have our geldings. And I forgot to mention that I'm using the Realistic Horse Genetics mod, the SWEM mod, and the Horse Tack mod in this barn. So I will kind of try and remember to tell y'all where things are from. So these gates are from the SWEM mod. And then in here we have two of these paddock feeders in here, which are also part of the SWEM mod. And then we do have this water trough over here, also part of the SWEM mod. And then we have quite a lot of horses in here, probably too many for this pasture, but the pasture is soon to be expanded. So here's Fudge, Luna, we have quite a lot, so I probably won't go over all the horses. Here's Harmony, she's one of our foundation horses, so she created a bunch of foals in here. Here's Dakota, another foundation horse. Annie, who is also a foundation horse, I believe. And Sage, who's also a foundation horse. And then here we have Stella. Here's Pumpkin, another foundation horse. And then we have a few more over here. Here's Dawn, and then Aspen. Valentine. Here's Rose. She was our very first foal ever bred on this barn. Maple. Over here is Summer. She's another foundation mare. Here's River, another foundation mare, and then Truffle. And then there's a few more that are kind of running away from me. Here's Penelope. There's Fudge again. Over here is our little pony. This is Bean. She's very tiny, but she's very cute. She's only 11 hands, I think. You can't ride her because she's so tiny, but she's very cute. So those are all of our mares, or at least most of the mares. Some of them probably are running away. And then in this next pasture we have our geldings. And they also have a water trough, and then they have two paddock feeders as well. And the geldings like to stay further in the back. Here's Firefly. Here's Pepsi. Over here we have a few other horses. Here's Finn. He's a Pentaloosa stallion, or gelding. Here's Phantom, or no, sorry, this is Jasper. Phantom is his father, and he was hiding in a tree. Most of our geldings like to stay back here for some reason. They all kind of just crowd back here. Here's Chevy. This is Onyx. He's one of our foundation horses. Here's Skip. We have a few bays. We have Prince and Zeus, and then we have Goliath here, who's our biggest horse. He's 18 hands, but he's never been bred because his skills are very poor. But he stands at 18 hands, so he's very big. Here's Phantom, another one of our breeding stallions. Smokey. Here's Archie, Spartan, Denver, who's another foundation horse. And then here's Blizzard, and they're all pushing Blizzard into the corner. Over here is Chance. He's another foundation horse. There's Thunder. Over here we have Rocky. He used to be a bay, and he's currently in the process of graying out. So that is most of our stallions, or most of our geldings, I believe. Some of them are obviously escaping. Here's Caspian. but we have quite a few horses in here, and these pastures are in much of a need to be expanded again. Here's Axel. He's a really pretty dun Rabicano. Alright, and then let's go on to the main barn. So this is the main barn right here. It has, I think, 20 stalls in it. So on this side we have our mares, and this side we have our stallions. And then in the barn we have our tack box here with all of our pasture horses. So these are the geldings, and then these are the mares. I just kind of stick all their genetic books in here so I have a place to keep them. And then this is a main barn. It's recently been updated. So I kind of did like a renovation of this barn to update it. So we will start out with our mare side. So the stalls are made with the SWEM mod. So the doors are the SWEM mod, the barns, the blocks are with the SWEM mod. And then they each have a water bucket, a feeder, and then a hay net in here as well. And their stall, I think, is a 5x6 stall. And then they have a 6x9 or 9x6 block run as well. So here's Celeste. And then each stall has a little chest in front of it that has their book in it, so I can take a peek at their genetics. And here we have one of my favorite mares that I've recently bred. This is Holly. She's a Palomino, like splash white horse. Not splash white, but I forgot what it's called. But she's super cool coat color, and I love her. And then in here we have Brandy, who's a silver dapple Tobiano mare. And here we have one of our foundation mares. This is Vegas. She's a Palomino Overo mare, and she has really cool dapples. And then in here we have Sable, and she's another one of our foundation mares. She's a chestnut Sabino color. Over here we have Emery, and she's a really pretty darker liver chestnut mare, also a foundation horse. And here we have Winnie. She's a leopard Appaloosa. Did not mean to do that. She's a leopard Appaloosa mare. And here we have Moon. She's a blue roan dun horse, and she is another foundation horse. And here we have Clover, and she's a foundation horse as well. She's actually a Cremello. And then here is Paisley, and she is a Pentaloosa mare, I believe, or just another splash mare, I think. No, I'm pretty sure she's Pentaloosa. And she is actually Holly's mom. So the Palomino that looks like her is her daughter, which is super cool. And then this side is our stallion side. So in here we have Titan. He's one of our foundation horses as well. And then this is Bandit. He's a sooty buckskin horse, and he's one of our best stallions. He's not a foundation stallion, but he's one of the best ones. So I do use him a lot for breeding. And here we have Arrow. He's a little medicine hat paint horse, so he has a little medicine hat on his ears. And he is super fun to breed as well. And here we have Copper, and he is a blanket Appaloosa stallion. He's another fun one to breed as well. He throws fun foals. And then in here we have Blue, and he's a black Tobiano. Over here we have Woodrow, and he is a Bay Pentaloosa stallion. And he's also a foundation horse. And here we have Atlas, and he is a kind of like a Bay Roan Overo stallion. Very light bay. And here we have Cisco. He's a ginormous Palomino stallion, and he is also a foundation horse. And here we just have an empty stall for now. And then in here we have Graffiti, and he is a leopard Appaloosa stallion and is also a foundation horse. Oh, I guess there's a horse in here. This is Gambit. He's a black Rabicano horse. I don't know why his door is open, but he's super handsome. I do like breeding him as well. And then in the back of this barn, we have more to discover. We have a bunch of mare paddocks out here. So we keep a bunch of our breeding mares out here as well. So each paddock is pretty simple. They have their tack box here, and then inside they just have a little shelter over here with their feed and water. So here's Brownie. Here's Encore. She's another favorite that I've bred recently. This is Gypsy. She's a foundation horse. And then here's Sky. She is a ginormous 17-hand mare. She's the biggest mare we have, and I've recently bred her, so she hasn't had any of her own babies yet, but I'm super excited to breed her. And then here we have Twilight. And then over here we have Nova, Willow. This is Mocha, I believe. She's kind of hiding. And then here's Envy, who's another one of my favorites. And then Honey. And then in the back row over here we have more. So over here we have Cheyenne, and she's a buckskin mare. Paris, who's a silver dapple mare. Melody, who's a bay varnish Appaloosa. And then here is Button. She's another foundation mare. She's super gorgeous. I love her Appaloosa coat color. And then over here we have Maggie, and she's another one of our foundation mares. And on this side we have Ellie, we have Gracie, Juliet, Malibu, and then Belle, who's a really cute Palomino roan as well. Alright, so we're going to actually come over here. So on this side of the barn is another mare barn. So this barn is currently empty. It has no horses in it, but it is the same layout as all of our other barns. So same stall layout, same run, but this barn is currently empty, and I'm waiting to fill it with more horses that I've bred. And then down here we have a round pen. It took me actually quite some time to build this because I've not built a round pen in a good while. But it's just a pretty simple round pen. The fencing that I used is from the SWEM mod. Alright, and then now we're going to go to the other side of the main barn, to our stallion side. So this is another stallion barn over here. So this barn is for the most part pretty full. And here we have Winston. He's one of our first foals that we've bred. Here's Kodiak, another leopard Appaloosa. And here we have Wrangler, and he's just a bay, a bright bay horse. And here we have Churro, and he's another fun horse to breed as well. He produces some really good babies. Here's Remington. He's another leopard Appaloosa, and he is a foundation horse as well. And here we have Ritz, and he's a really good-looking chestnut stallion. And then lastly on the side we have Rome, and he's a really pretty silver dapple guy, kind of with I think a little bit of Sabino going on. This stall is currently empty. And here we have Sterling, and he's a little buckskin guy, and he does have a really beautiful face marking. Over here we have Axel, I believe. Oh no, Trigger. And he is a dun horse with some dapples. And then in here is Zodiac. He is a new horse I've acquired, and he's a champagne color. He's super pretty. I'm excited to breed him. And then in here we have Gunner. He's a bay roan Rabicano. And then in here we have Boone, and he is a Pentaloosa stallion, and he's super pretty. And then in here we have Bo, and he is a Cremello stallion. So that is the stallion barn. At the end of the barn, we do have another barn that is a work in progress. So this is going to be another stallion barn. It is not finished yet. I still need to go through and update the barn, which I did start doing. But this will house more stallions as well. Alright, and then over here we have a super fun area. So over here we have our cross ties / wash bays. So we have our hitching posts here, we have a drain in the middle, and then we have our little like spigot here, and then we have 3 of these as well, and then this is an entrance to the tack room as well, and then here's the main entrance to the tack room, super pretty, and here's the tack room and feed room. So over on this wall we have a bunch of our awards, which all of these come from the SWEM mod as well. And then in the back we have some tack lockers. So in here we also have individual lockers, also from the SWEM mod. And then on this wall we have some saddle and bridle racks. These are all decorative. They come from the SWEM mod. These do not actually work for vanilla horses, but they are here as decoration. And then we have some more cabinets along the back as well. Then we have our feed room part of the tack room. So we have a sink in here, we have an extra salt lick, we have our 3 grain bins, and then we have our alfalfa hay, and then just our normal Timothy hay as well stacked in the back. And then eventually behind all of this we will have another pasture in this area, so that I can move some of the horses in these pastures over to here so that those pastures are not super crowded. But I plan for this whole area to be a pretty big pasture. Alright, and then we're going to come all the way over here. So over here we have our 2 arenas. So on the right side we have our like flatwork / western arena. So we have some poles in here for pole bending. And then we have some barrels set up as well so people can run the pattern on them. And both of the barrels and the poles are from the SWEM mod as well. And these are pretty good sized arenas. They did take me a while to fill. They were originally supposed to be combined into one large arena, but I figured why not split it up, so that's exactly what I did. And then over here we have our jumping arena. So all of these jumps are from the SWEM mod. So over here we have some little cavalettes for beginners to start out on. We have this little plank jump over here. We have a bunch of other fun ones. We have a brush box here. This one's our biggest jump. Over here we have a flower box jump, and then we have just a simple another simple small jump as well. So that is the entire barn for now. I do plan on expanding the barn and making it bigger. Obviously I'm using this barn as kind of a breeding program and playing with the realistic horse genetics to try and get the best horses possible. So I will be expanding this barn a lot more. I have so many plans for this barn. And I'm super excited to share them with you. So there will be an updated barn tour of this video, or of this barn eventually. I don't know how far away that'll be, but I've been working on this barn for a couple of weeks now. This barn has been through a lot. I did originally have to start this entire breeding program over because my game crashed one night and all of my original horses disappeared. And when I tell you I had a full barn with all of those horses, I mean I had a full barn. This is about a week after me completely starting my breeding program over. So obviously most of the barns are empty, so this barn is empty, but I do want to fill them back up as well. So I do have so many fun plans for this. I plan on adding a few more barns, a couple more arenas, so many more pastures. I plan on adding a cross-country course, trails, so many fun things I plan on adding to this barn. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the little work-in-progress barn tour, and I want you guys to look forward to a full barn tour of this video, or of this barn in the future, whenever I have more stuff added into this barn. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!